Okay, and we're live. Welcome to the Zac Yak Pac on the Jaggers Juxtaplooza. I'm your, one host, Zach, and with us we have our other host,
Zach.
See?
With the H.
You'll get this idea of like introducing yourself eventually.
With an H.
On Facebook at the Jaggers Juxtaplooza, Instagram. You can follow me on MP Jags. Eventually, you follow him somewhere. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm still an idiot, but I'm working on it.
Get off of it. What are you doing? Fucking vacuum cleaners. Trying to eat my Taco Bell.
Ooh.
I know. It's over there like.
Well, it's just trying to clean up the mess. It's cleaning up the mess before you turn it into a mess.
Yeah, before there's crumbs, it's already trying to eat it.
It's the wrong type of device for the type of mess that Taco Bell will create.
See, now for me, it's you stuttering and staggering. I don't know if it's me or if it's you. But while we're still in introductions, subscribe, hit the notification bell to see when videos get posted and to hit the like button.
And also, because this is our second episode, just to throw it out there, yeah, we are doing this on a Friday this week. Typically, we'll do it on Saturdays, but this is kind of a special week, and it's partly my fault. I'll take all the blame, actually. I'll take all the blame, actually.
I don't know where you get partly.
I finally have an opportunity to where all three kids will be out of the house at the same time for an entire night, and I plan to spend it with my fiance. So we're doing it a day early.
And at the same time, I'd like to say I made plans for tomorrow now anyway, so it's fine, even if you did become available. Speaking of internet problems, my father-in-law is having internet issues. It's got to do with his router box. It's a whole 9 yards. I'm just going to have to actually get inside the router. Actually, he got a new computer, right? And the computer's trying to tell him WAP2 isn't secure enough, so it refuses to get onto the internet. I've never even heard of such a thing. His iPhone's trying to tell him WAP2's not all that secure.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. I use that's all I use is WAP2.
Huh.
But I mean, it's an easy changeover. You just got to get into the router. Yeah, and then he told me not to call him. I don't need to do that. It's 2 hours away. He'll just call Geek Squad. I was like, oh my God, don't waste your money.
Yeah.
They're a bunch of idiots.
Oh yeah, and that's like me. When I run into real issues, say even with the microwave, I call my I don't know what you would call them. I guess technically stepdad.
See, my issue is when it comes down to the Geek Squad thing. It's kind of like when I had to have the Spectrum people here at my house. You have to wear a mask inside your own fucking home.
Yeah, about that.
Speaking of fucking Spectrum, right? Okay, so we get an occasional buffering, but it's like a 2-second to 10-second buffer now instead of like a 2-minute to kick you the fuck off of it buffer.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm not seeing you move at all. No, I wasn't seeing your mouth move with your words.
Oh, hi, cool.
Yeah, it's delayed.
Probably glitching.
Yeah, it's really delayed. Hold on. Let me check with our tech gurus. I'm gonna call. I don't have anything good. I was trying to find a way that wouldn't insult my wife with the term Geek Squad, and I found out everything involving Geek Squad is just insulting to people in general.
Yeah, usually. I don't like using them.
So, yeah, I'm thinking it might be your side for a change.
Yeah, I'm trying to actually get into the Wi-Fi now to see what the heck's going on.
So, but anyway, so we get him coming out, right? And as this guy's like ignoring giving my wife no opportunity for me to ask a single fucking question of him, because I'm at work still, so I'm on the phone. I was like, hey, there's a tear in the jacket outside that still hasn't been fixed. Can you take and fix it? Put a gel splice or a coffin on it. Yeah, sure, man. I'll take a look at that. And then I can hear literally the entire time he's trying to flirt with my wife, who's giving him no time of fucking day, right? Like, he starts going on. Oh, those look some interesting books there. She's like, yeah, the vampire novels are mine, and all the sordid truth, the whole rest of the fucking shelf is my husband's.
Yeah.
Not getting the point. Like he kept trying to like start and you would think it would just be friendly banter if he hadn't completely blown me off and was literally spending more time trying to talk to her than doing his job, because he never even walked out the back fucking door to look at the damn fucking tear in the jacket.
More customer service problems.
Then the creep spent 10 minutes in my fucking driveway after he was done.
That part could legitimately be him typing in whatever he did.
I don't give two fucks. He stole my fucking PlayStation power cord.
Yeah. Now that one's bullshit. Did you get that back yet?
No. I've got
another one.
I got a spare cord, so I've got one. But not yeah. Instead of taking the router cord, which I don't know why the fuck he unplugged the router from the cord to be able to take the wrong cord.
Yeah. It makes no sense. As long as somebody has their Assassin's Creed, though, everything should be okay. So you have at least a backup cord, so that's a good thing.
Yes, yeah. My wife is actually doing really well. She's in this Atlantis thing now. I don't know. It's like underwater or some shit. I don't know how that works with Assassin's Creed, but it's I don't know. She's like a demigod or some shit at this point. I don't know what's going on. It's beyond my ability to fully comprehend, but it's definitely interesting to watch at times.
Cool.
Yeah. Though I really think that I need to get my wife one of these, like the little armor suit she's got with the little skirt thing, because that can be interesting. But that's personal, and I don't feel like talking about that. I'm also afraid that if I hand her a sword, it's not going to end well for me.
Technically it doesn't matter if you get her the sword or not, because there's plenty of other sharp objects in the house she could use.
Well, yeah, but the sword would probably be more tempting. She can hit me with it. It's not necessarily about being cut. It's more of the blunt force of like the backhand of the side of a freaking sword into your head.
You have wooden spoons, though, too.
Fuck you. We won't even get into that. That's a conversation for a different time. No. Oh, I have no wooden spoons in this house at all. None. Not one.
I have one, but I mean, most of them are like, most of the other actual like cauldron spoons. They're not really wooden though.
I've got the flexible, like the plastic spoon. I've got plastic, not even like the wooden spoon
plastic
style.
Rubber ones.
They're like the plastic, like serving spoon, but not for cooking with spoons.
Yeah.
Like made by Rubbermaid or whatever. Yeah, I've got those. I have no hard spoons in this house. Yeah,
she has one that actually has like the stainless steel shaft for it, though.
Oh no! I look. Okay, yeah, the former kind of stepmom. They got. I literally got beat because the wooden spoon got broke by them on my ass.
I've had that happen before.
It was somehow my fault the spoon broke.
Yeah, I've had that happen before.
So, yeah, it's one of those, like, I know I'm good. That caused my mom, actually, when I was living with my mom, like, had to hide all the damn wooden spoons, because I guess it actually, like, freaked me the hell out. Now I don't care, but it's just, it made for good, like, reaction radio, but,
Yeah.
Was it worth it? No, it didn't go. It didn't go the direction I thought it was going to go. It just kind of got like dark.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there too as a kid. Getting the spoons broken on you. Yeah.
You could not get away with that crap today. I'm just saying.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, and that was only 20
Unless you live in
years.
BFE, Ohio or something.
Yeah, 20 some years ago or whatever, that you could not do that stuff today.
Yeah.
It's yeah. And I'm not for it either. So that like I'm not really for
there is a fine line there. There really is, and it's
I'm absolutely
a spoon crosses it.
Yeah, I'm absolutely against objects being used for disciplining children. I don't see a purpose to it. I don't see I don't think it really works the way people think it does.
No, I mean there's much more creative ways to punish your children. And punish, what I mean by that is not like
corrective action. Yeah,
it's corrective action, discipline. I use punish and discipline interchangeably.
Right. Well, no,
I have for years.
You're absolutely, because I said my children are disciplined, and I had somebody literally freak out. Like, what do you mean your children are disciplined? I'm like, what do you mean? They know right from wrong. They know the concept to do what's right when it's.
And they know if they do wrong that there's going to be a consequence.
Right. It's called self-discipline, and even that, like, they weren't comprehending. Well, you shouldn't call it. You need to find a better way to explain that to people. Then, I'm like, or you need to just like get on par with this English language thing that we've all agreed upon.
Oh yeah. 1 second.
It's always 1 second with you. He muted his mic and it doesn't show up because I've got the show title up.
I'm back.
Yeah. So
trying to break the ice cream.
You're trying to break the ice? I thought we already did.
No, they're trying to break me ice cream down. I'm good.
It's too cold for ice cream.
Yeah, right now, especially
I guess,
I'm saying snow now.
Well, then again, I guess it's 34 degrees out. We're kind of in a heat wave right now. You having trouble swallowing that beer there?
Oh, speaking of heat waves, how warm did it get out there on Wednesday?
It is in like 50 or something.
Yeah, we actually hit 58. We actually hit 58 degrees on Wednesday, so everything hit to bud already. The cherry tree, the maple trees, they're all starting to bud.
Yeah, well, at least
we got more snow coming.
At least you can get your tree trimming done because all those trees are about to die.
As far as tree trimming goes, I really wanted to trim the cherry tree before it started to bud, but now I'm screwed on that.
No, not really, because it's going to frost and kill it, and you're not going to get anything the rest of the year. It just budded too early.
Yeah, and last year was when it was supposed to produce its first fruit, first year of producing fruit, and all the blossoms got killed by frost. All of them, not a single cherry.
Frog lives matter.
Speaking of frogs, what is happening now?
I don't have a frog yet. I need to get another frog.
What is happening in the world of cyber frog?
Well, hold on, because I haven't found a place in my house for a frog. The aquarium. I will have one again though, and we'll have a frog hour where I'll just aim the freaking webcam at the frog.
Maybe put the aquarium behind you.
No, I can't. It would narrow the room too much. The only thing I could do is probably like eliminate where the lamp is, but that would only be after I put recessed lights in the ceiling.
Build a shelf and put the aquarium on the shelf. Have it tied into the studs in the wall.
No. It's got to be an open front because it's not a regular aquarium. It's more of like it becomes a habitat because you actually have to. Dude, I have to dig out my misters again. I got in an argument with the local pet store people or owner, really, because he's a moron. Okay, this is the same guy, mind you. that told me that the guinea pigs can't eat the food from Walmart because it's not healthy because they lose its nutrients while sitting on the shelf.
Interesting concept about
So-
animal feed, period. Like animal foods, period. Okay. And it doesn't matter guinea pig, cat, dog food, anything like that. If it's a dry food, there's actually way more shit in there to keep them from degrading.
Yeah, right. Well, but plus, there's an expiration date for a reason.
Yes. And it's usually like 2 or 3 years out.
Well, it gets better. So this guy tried telling me I must buy the food he's got because it doesn't sit forever, and I'm like, and they're in these open plastic containers where he scoops them out and fills a little like plastic bag like by the pound and whatnot, and I'm just like, this is exactly the same, except I think you got a little more like corn in it. Exactly the same as what I'd buy at Walmart.
Yeah.
In fact, the only difference is I think my Walmart has less dust particles in the bottom of it. Like that shit, like the crushed up crap. All right, this is the same jackass who, as it says, told us that both our guinea pigs were female, and it turns out no, they were both been male. And so when we got the new guinea pig to replace the one, we ended up with lots of guinea pigs. We are back down to 2. And these will be the last 2 guinea pigs.
How long has they been? How hours are you shooting for?
I don't know.
So
you're not gonna find it now though because it changed names. Haha.
But so anyways, this guy tried telling me he's never used a mister for frogs. Because I was looking for some stuff for the frogs. Never used a mister or a humidifier or anything. He just, put tin foil over the top of the tank, and with the heat lamp, it created the humidity necessary. And I'm like, I had humidity gauges. I had humidity freaking sensors and like digital temperature gauges. And you're trying to tell me what here?
Wow.
Now, granted, I ended up my pond that I had a small shallow pond in there because all that water's got to go somewhere, right? And I didn't set it up right. It was my mistake. I had I should have put a screen in it so that it would create, or a plastic screen so it would create a much shallower area, and the frog drowned in the fucking pond. It was a red-eyed tree frog. I felt horrible, dude. And I was like, I'm on my way to work. Thank God I found it and not at the time the 2-year-old.
Yeah.
I was like, because she loved her frog. So, I definitely got to get another frog. I think she liked it better than I did. But it's a lot of work, and that's the problem. Like, it really limits like a vacation because the sheer fact of you've got to have somebody who can keep an eye on it, because that mister like drains quick.
Yeah.
So the only difference is I've got to get a different like trash pump for it. A small pump, because the problem is I was having to like hand drain out the freaking tank because it built up too much moisture.
That sucks.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, I developed a giant pond when it wasn't supposed to be. But yeah. I found there's different filtration stuff I could have used that I didn't know about at the time. But I can't.
One of the pipes was making noise, and I was just like, "What in the world?"
Yeah, I can't do anything until it gets warmer, anyways.
Yeah.
Even if you could, I won't ship an animal in the freaking freezing cold. Just, it's not going to happen. We had some lady when we were trying to get rid of guinea pigs wanted us to ship the fucking guinea pig to her, and it was like 98 degrees outside or some shit running at that point. I was like, no, I'm not sticking it in FedEx to get to you. No. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not even willing to drive 6 hours to deliver this thing to you for, $25.
No.
We had somebody literally rip us off when we got rid of the one guinea pig. Literally, it's like, oh, here's your money. And we're just like, we need this gone. like we agreed to a price, and you showed up with like $20 short of what the agreed price was, because they got a cage and everything with it too. And the lady's like, "Oh, I didn't realize it was this. This is big." I'm like, it's a fucking guinea pig, not a hamster. I mean, this is
my!
big. Like, have you not ever seen any fucking movies?
Yeah, I mean, guinea pigs, like, they take up your whole hand.
They're like a fucking giant Twinkie.
You gonna eat our guinea pig now?
Giant Twinkie.
I'm telling you, like, okay, so here's what you need to do though, right? I need you to take and okay. I wish I had a good bet that I knew you would lose.
A good
Then,
bet.
yeah, but if we could make a bet that I knew you would lose, I have the perfect freaking loss for you, or a perfect like what you would have to do.
Okay.
A salsa Twinkie. Instead of cream filling, it's salsa. And my wife has a Twinkie maker or pan or whatever.
Oh God!
Or you can even
How
go
would you get it to last to ship it?
Oh no! This would have to be watched live. Like, there's no way around it.
I'm just saying though, if you have a
location.
Twinkie maker and you make it, and I have to eat it, how in shipping would it stay okay?
No, it can't be shipped. We'd have to wait until we were both in the same location so you could eat this Twinkie. I'll even put it in a deep fryer for you on a stick.
Use green batter. We could say what happened to Jose. Oh,
so that's yeah. I wish I had a losing battle for you. One I could guarantee you would lose.
oh my goodness.
So I do. I listen to a lot of talk radio, right? And hold on. Take the show for a second. My wife's sneezing.
You know, I did just think of a bet you could make, and it would be pineapple can tossing because of my shoulders being screwed up. So, seeing that we haven't hit on any real interesting topics yet, we'll see what happens here in a few.
Okay, so no, my wife's knee seized up. So
You could honestly win a pineapple can throwing contest.
nah, it's not the same. It's not the same. So okay, but what I was gonna say is I watch a lot of talk radio, watch a lot of talk radio. I watch a lot of talk radio while I'm staring out a windshield. So what
Being your professional essential survival commodity relocator.
see, you finally got it down. Okay, so the one they do these neat little things where they got like rotating. It's different. Like not every day do they do it, but they play different games, right? Like so and it's like some of these could be neat. Like obviously we can't rob somebody else's like entire freaking like show puns, right? But there are different things that we can do. One of them was it works if you have three people and one's an idiot, right? So this is where it was funny, right? Because it's a Catholic talk show, but they've got the one guy's an atheist, right? And the other guy's got a master's degree in theology, and the other one actually is it's chief information officer for Life Teen, right? Which is a big like Catholic kids group or whatever, right? So what they did on this show was the game they were playing was the atheist doesn't read, and he's an idiot.
Oh.
Sometimes I think some of it's a little more shtick because he had graduated college, so he's obviously can't be a complete idiot, right? So he's a complete idiot. So anyways, they named in that they used a word that was a Catholic word and had the guy give what he thought the definition of it was, right? And then the host of the show had to wasn't able to hear what the word was, had to try to guess the word based on the description given for definition. Definitions were nowhere near right? So, just for example, the one he was given was catechumen. All right, a catechumen. All right, so the catechumen, I don't think. Do you know the term?
No.
Okay, it's somebody who's going through like RCIA or whatever to join the church. They're considered a catechumen because they're before they become Catholic, they're like in the process of because of the desire to join the church, right? Just a quick definition of it, right? He goes on and he starts saying, for the definition he was trying to give, when humans die, they're buried in the catacombs, blah, blah, blah. And that was what he was giving for definition. So they're just like, I literally have no idea, but just the way he's going on with like the definition, you're cracking up laughing because he's just defining it stupidly. Like I'm doing the joke no justice, but just little fucking games like that.
Yeah.
The one is like, the game Saint or Ain't. So he gives some story about like a saint and you have to guess, is this real or is it not? Because in the Catholic faith, some of them are just like, you're like, they did what? Like the one dude actually had like a bird fly him fucking food or some shit. Like it's like, so people went hungry because your bird stole from people. That's awesome. But so there's all these fucked up stories. So you have to guess, and it's like there are things similar that we could do. That would be games like that could work. Now, obviously not theirs, but just in general, little like fun little things.
Oh yeah.
Now I'll forewarn you, that Cards Against Humanity thing everybody keeps doing, I've got no interest in whatsoever, so that will never work.
No.
That
seems pretty.
Half the stuff just goes like either derogatory or way too dirty. I don't know if you've noticed. Like I don't. I just don't have interest in a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's no point to it. I don't understand people. Like
I'm not into that type stuff. Everything I've heard with Cards Against Humanity, there's a little bit of stuff that's kind of funny with it, but then some of it's just like, okay,
too far and inappropriate.
Just not as funny as what you would think it is without drinking a whole lot.
Sure as hell wouldn't want my kids playing it.
What's that?
I said I sure as hell wouldn't want my kids playing it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and that's my thing. That's generally. Maybe I'm just getting old, and I don't look at things the same way. But I sure as hell don't have the sense of humor I had back when I spent like 90% of the day drunk.
Yeah.
No, I just spend 10% of the weekend drunk.
Yeah, now we got blood in our alcohol systems now that we're a little bit older.
Right. So there's for the viewers that may or may not be watching or care that are not liking and subscribing as they should do. You're drinking a Miller Lite there. Is there from what I understand, there's a story behind your Miller Lite.
Yeah. Tonight, with the beer that I have with the Miller Lite and all.
That you should show while you're telling your story, like, oh, this Miller Lite.
Yeah, and I mean, it's actually a whole case of it. I intend to drink all except for one, and I'm going to be keeping the box as well because
not necessarily tonight.
Yeah, not tonight, not all tonight. No, I gotta get up in the morning for this reason here that I'm going to get into.
You have to vacuum?
No. My neighbor, who is 80 years old, he unfortunately passed away last Sunday. And, as he was getting ready to go to the hospital, and he knew that it's
he knew things look
due to COVID. So, he knew he had some time, but he he knew it wasn't going to be long either. So as he was going from the nursing home where he was at for rehab, he wound up making his daughter and his granddaughter swear to him that they would pay me with a case of beer for taking care of his driveway this year, as I've done every year since moving in. I mean, honestly, somebody that's a senior citizen, they shouldn't be clearing the snow themselves. He wouldn't. He wouldn't allow me to do it for free.
Driveway. She has kids that are not quite yet elderly. They can clear their own driveway, but I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, and I mean, his family doesn't necessarily like live right around the corner or anything, so it's one of those types of deals where it's like, as long as I'm here, you're never going to have to clear your driveway yourself. That's what I told him.
Yeah, but you do realize you are now on the hook to finish out this winter.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I already told the family I'm going to keep my promise to him because I actually started mowing his yard this past year for him, too. So until they tell me otherwise with whatever they decide to do with the property, I'm going to keep it up.
Are you stuck with having to mow it even then if it's sold? Because technically, I mean...
No.
Sure?
Until they decide what they're doing with the property.
I know you have superstitions involving ghosts and things, so I mean, technically, he could decide to just stay there, and so you're kind of on the hook to keep mowing that lawn forever.
Well, in that case, we'll find out.
But obviously, our household will pray for the repose of his soul, but. It is loss is horrible, especially when you start to become attached to people, and everyone grieves differently, but it is something I don't think we touched too.
And he's actually an Air Force veteran too, from way back in the day in the 50s.
Right, and I don't think it's something to touch often in other versions of this, this show that slowly merged into what it is now. We don't get heavy and deep into a lot of things like this in the past. It was always, oh, hey, can we always go for the cheap joke? I can go for the cheap joke at the same time as touching a serious topic, and that's the sheer fact that a lot. I've heard from enough people, especially at the get-go, claiming that the COVID isn't real and blah blah blah, and I'm like, well, no, it's obviously real. It's a virus. Wherever you think
you've had it.
Yeah, wherever you think it came from or didn't come from, that's always going to be up for debate. It's like JFK all over again. Nobody can decide to agree.
And the worst thing about it all, he had other health issues. He had some cardiac issues and stuff like that.
And I think that's a lot of it right there is that if you already have other issues, it makes it horrific on the body.
Yeah, and the absolute worst part about it is the week he came down with it was supposed to be his last week in rehab in the nursing home and him be able to come home. And then 3 days before he was supposed to come home, he came down with it.
Yeah, I mean, things like that's part of the investigation into New York's governor right now.
Oh yeah, and Pennsylvania's the same way. I'm not gonna lie. Pennsylvania's under investigation for that same stuff.
Michigan is too. It's just right now the two governors in between California and New York make everybody else look good.
Yeah. But it's a shame. He was a really good man. He was really great. Treated our kids like they were his own grandkids. He really did. And
so he was not afraid to turn him upside his knee. I like it.
Well,
By the way, we have 2 viewers. So whoever the other viewer is, welcome. Feel free to leave comments in the comment section. Hit like, subscribe, notification bell. Follow. You can send us messages on the Facebook page or onto our email address as well, which is thejaggersjuxtaplooza@gmail.com. Never mind.
Well, we know who that is.
Hi, Bose Shopper. Sorry, I think you're on the wrong channel. This is not QVS.
Ooh.
how she woke up today.
So, but anyways, is it
She's not checking
QVC?
box.
QVC? Did I fuck that all up?
Yeah, it's actually QVC. Yeah.
Look, I don't need freaking comments from the peanut gallery.
Oh my God, she found us. My stalker,
Well, we weren't
my
very
wonderful stalker, my fiance,
You weren't very well hidden. You're in the basement.
the one that's going to
But I guess being in the
be
basement,
the death of me.
I guess even the basement's better than the closet for you. So,
Yeah.
but no, so I mean, the serious topics, they should be addressed. It's just like you recently, I know, dealt with hearing about at the least, depending on how far you're willing to go. People wanting to look, if you're posting shit up on Facebook, don't get mad if other people start to concern themselves about you.
Oh yeah, your microphone's like too far away or not picking up right.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. If you post shit up on Facebook, don't get mad when people look and go, "Oh, hey, you posted something stupid on Facebook. Maybe I should make sure you're okay."
Yeah, make sure you're alive. When you're winded up, going ahead and saying, if this keeps on going, it's going to kill me.
Things like
help,
that.
Things like that. Yeah. Don't get upset when people actually respond and try and help.
The term cry for help? Who would have thought? So, it just, that one has always ground my gears. I always find it funny because eventually they're going to come around and be like, "Oh, thanks, man. You did me a favor." No shit.
Well, I'm not even worried if it ever comes to that, but it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, there's a degree of letting people be and letting them live their lives, but there's also the degree of this person's in a really fucked up situation, really needs something to happen, needs some help in some way, shape, or form. And you just got to go ahead. If they're reaching out for the hand, give it to them to help them out.
Well, it's the concept. Yeah, I've had to deal with heavily, ironically, more common than what most people think. Heavily alcoholic family member who it's like eventually you just look and go, I'm done. I'm done helping you because you're not even helping yourself. And if you're not helping yourself, it's just like dealing with a heroin addict. I mean, it's just eventually you have to look and go, wow, when your liver's failing because you kept drinking, and then you tell the doctors that you quit drinking, and everybody knows you drink a lot. At what point do you just go, hands off, I'm done?
Yeah, and I mean, there is that point of, you have to learn from experience and all, but I mean, if somebody's in a very seriously messed up situation, sometimes you have to get involved. But if they, if they, if you can point them in the right direction to get help, that's what you need to do.
But they also have to be willing to take that help. And if they're not willing to take that help, then at some point you have to also shut off help. And I think that's, as much as I hate to say it, that's the biggest problem that everybody has. Am I concerned about the veteran suicide thing? Yeah. One, VA.
You and I both know one guy in particular that,
well, right. But
you try and help him out, and he goes right back to it. Then you find out that he's dealing drugs and everything else. And it's like, dude, you knew better.
Well,
you freaking knew better. Why the hell did you do this? He starts trying to sell off everything, and it's like, what the hell, dude? And then in jail.
The thing being, one, VA fucked up the second they started with the COVID, not finding a way to allow you to sit down with your psychiatrist. There is something totally different from the way we're communicating right now to how we would communicate in the same room.
Yeah.
And you can pick up people's issues way better in the same room than this screen capping right now. I can't see your arms to know if you've been cutting. I can't see your, I can't see if you're starting to become gaunt and You know, it just, you're not going to get the same. You can dress up a camera way easier than you can dress up being in person.
Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, if you notice somebody's like physique changing and stuff like that. Yeah.
Nothing drives me more insane than people wearing fucking jeans to church. If those are your nicest jeans, by all means, I got it. But when you everything else about you is I'm spiffy and dressed and I'm driving a BMW, why the fuck are you wearing jeans to church?
Are you talking about
Teacher,
On a Sunday, not on Wednesday, not on Sunday night, on a Sunday. There used to be something with the society where there were certain things that you cleaned up for.
yeah.
And talking the issue with the suicide thing. I mean, that's a major component is removing freaking people's abilities to have religion from society as a whole is part of what's also causing the problem, because therapy is not always the option. Sometimes it's just learning to cope with life.
Yep.
Religion teaches you nifty little things like don't kill people unnecessarily. Don't steal from people. Don't screw your neighbor's wife. These commonalities. These things that make sense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you notice they put in there twice for the wife thing. Just saying. I mean, they're obviously in the 10 Commandments.
Now it froze. What the hell? Of all times, it actually freezes on you again. This ain't good. Oh, Spectrum's in for it now. Spectrum is 100% in for it now.
There was
Took
a
it
big
40
issue with people.
Took 41 and a half minutes.
Do what?
41 and a half minutes.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how this phone call is going to go.
Yeah, because what I don't understand is I just watched the bar drop. But I do know that the power plant or the plant for the internet for our area is overtaxed. It's running at 200%. 200% draw, not like 200% like yay good 200%, but like you peak at 100%, it's being drawn at 200%.
So why the hell haven't they upgraded?
COVID caused the overdraw.
So
how
they
do you
need
just
to upgrade?
Well, I don't disagree.
It's not like they don't charge people enough.
Yeah, they're trying to solve the problem, I guess. I've got a friend who works for them. That's how I found that out. But yeah. So as much as it sucks to say, there's also a point you can't help people anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like that guy I referenced just a few minutes ago there, where like you and I both know, had to just go ahead and let him fall flat on his face.
Well, it sucks to say you're not going to prevent every suicide. It's just not going to happen.
Oh, you can't. No, there's no way you can. But it's not going to be on my conscience having gone ahead and forced that guy to talk to somebody.
Oh, no. I'm not talking that. I'm just talking in general. I think there's also way too much weight put down on people on the concept of we have to stop this because there's too much weight put on everybody because sometimes you can't. It's never going to be down to zero.
You know, it hit pretty close to home earlier this year with somebody else where it's like all of a sudden get a phone call, hey, this person's gone. And they killed themselves, you know? I mean, it was one of those like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, but the thing is, I think the biggest issue is everybody's piling on that there's always signs. Well, there's not. That you need to do this. And that if we all push for stopping it, stop the 22 a day, that it's if we keep pushing this, people will know there's people that want to help them. No, they don't. They're not going to know that just because you're doing a ruck march.
Yeah, and they're that lost in their own depression. We'll use depression in there for the term. They're so lost in it that they're not going to know who's actually going to give a shit and who they can turn to and talk to without somebody directly going up to them.
And there you go. Now we branched into what is out of all of it, I guess, would be the biggest. I really don't want to say pet peeve. I've used it too much. But what pisses me off the most, you'll be on these Facebook pages for the groups that you were in, right? And it's always after somebody does something stupid, be it an attempt or yeah. Buddy check Wednesday. Really? Okay, everybody check in. If there's anybody you know who didn't, well, I'm real good friends with, or I'm friends with you, right? We used to be decent friends, but I'm friends with you, and not you, the person who actually posted it up, who's the head admin of the site, and never once goes, Jaggers never checked in. Maybe I should find out what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
It's been a day and a half. It's not
What,
like
did they put out another one?
Hours.
Did they put out another one?
No, I have no idea.
Oh, well.
That's besides the point. My point being, nobody ever checked on me.
I did. But I do that daily.
The point being, though, that you didn't do it for that. You did it to bitch about the fucking check-in shit.
Yes. Yes, I did.
So
every time.
My point
every
being,
time. You see this shit?
Because every time they never follow up. Ever. No. 90% of them I don't want in my fucking business anyways. But you are watch us on the Jaggers Juxtaplooza for the Zac Yak Pac. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you're part of that group. We love you when you're here watching us. The rest of the time you can fuck off.
Nicely done.
It'd be a good advertisement. I wonder if I could get away with those words.
I don't see why not.
See, what I would like because then what we would have to do is we'd have to get a business license, right? LLC it, cover our asses, but that automatically means you're paying state taxes or paying state and federal tax, which is like $800 a year and like $500 a year. So you'd have to bring in enough money to make up for that. I'm sure there's plenty of people who would pay us $10 to advertise for them.
I don't know.
Top of the hour. Your company's hiring. They need advertisements. My company's hiring. They might be dumb enough to pay my company for advertisements.
Yours, yes.
Yours would too.
No.
They have warehouses. They would.
No. Our warehouses are more than 100% capacity.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. It's always fun to advertise, but no, it's one of those, you pay $10, you get a 20-second, 30-second slot.
Hey, click on that last comment, by the way.
What, that you're loud? I don't need to click on it.
No. Just go ahead and click on it.
Why?
Just so that way everybody sees it real nice, big, and bold.
Oh, they can see it when they read the freaking live chat.
So
apparently you're loud, the volume's off, and she can hear everything you say.
So basically, with me being loud and the volume off and hearing everything I can say, basically I'm on one of your phone conversations.
She's not even watching anymore.
Yeah, I know, but she can still hear me.
Oh, then nobody cares. Keep your personal business off of our show.
Oh, I just thought it'd be funny.
It wasn't.
I'll die later.
You either drink too much or not enough. I'm not sure what it is with you.
Not enough and tired.
Either or you have not done.
Not enough and tired. You and I both worked the same amount of hours today, so yeah.
My one kid had fallen asleep, of course, on the drive back to the house, and she's out, and now she's like I don't know. It's kind of like you know when you watch a puppy sleep and then they start like, oh, they're chasing something. Yeah, except not kicking the legs. It's just like I don't know if what she's doing. If she's like making weird noises and whatnot. It's kind of weird.
You saying that one, by the way, the puppy sleeping and kicking and like chasing in their sleep. Apparently, Gunnar did that yesterday, taking a nap and in the living room around all the other kids, including the one she was watching. And the one wound up asking her, why does he do that? He's probably having a nightmare from you letting him out and him running out in the street.
I was actually thinking that.
Huh?
I said I was actually thinking that. I just didn't.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to tell your story so I could address that. But now
she actually wound up saying that to him. And his dad lost it laughing when he heard about that.
Well, my thing is, if you're like 13 years old or whatever, you should be able to let the dogs out and know when not to let the dogs out. Like, if you're told don't let the dogs out, then don't let the dogs out. My 13-year-old has a real bad habit of not listening a lot, but the simple things he's able to handle, don't let the dogs out. The rest of it, puberty's interfering with the brain cells, from bouncing around. But, that's just the joys of, becoming a teenager.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Nothing connects quite right when you.
How's the facial hair fight going?
I didn't pay that much attention yet. The cleaning of his face would be necessary. The facial hair, like if he uses the shaving cream, it'll help clean his face.
Yeah.
So I'll have to take a look. I didn't get a lot of time. He's playing, like reading comic books or playing with Tiddlywinks or whatever it is kids do these days.
Tiddlywinks. As long as it's not TikTok, then you're okay.
Right. You're right. Absolutely. Hold on while we're at that. Hold on.
Because TikTok is how you wind up having a live-in girlfriend.
Do what?
Because TikTok is how you have a live-in girlfriend at your parents' house.
In less than 2 months.
Yes, you went there. Yes.
I didn't know TikTok was a dating site, though.
No, but it seems to work for some people.
Nobody wants me. I can't even take him seriously. I can't even take that whole thing seriously. I don't think it was intended for us to find.
Ooh.
I don't think it was intended for us to find.
You see what was just said.
Yeah, somewhere along those lines.
Almost sounds like a certain brother of a certain somebody that I live with,
I don't know the story, don't care. It works well. Hey, look, we're keeping personal household politics off of this because if I start opening my mouth, everybody gets pissed off.
Oh, it's all good.
I stand firm on my opinions, and I'm also an asshole, which I think as the years have gone on.
Well, you know what? I'm actually waiting.
I'm more of an asshole than you are when it comes to some of this shit.
Now the asshole thing. So I'm waiting. My reserve unit today asked what everybody's civilian occupation was. And one person put administrative assistant. I actually wanted to ask if they were really a secretary, but I didn't because it's a group text. I don't know who all was on it. But you helped me come up with the perfect response for truck driving.
You sent out the text. Somebody that should be. And I also would be saying I'm not putting this on a public group text message.
Yeah. So anyhow,
OPSEC. I would just put OPSEC as my response.
You helped me put this together. Give credit where credit is due. Professional essential survival commodities relocator. I am literally waiting for a response back because I came up with a response to whatever response they have. With a doctorate in narcissism or narcissistic sarcasm and a minor in assholism.
What, you looked it up?
No, I came up with that part on my own. I'm waiting for them to respond to that.
Why did you add more to it? You could have just left it alone.
No. I didn't add anything to it. I haven't sent it yet. I'm waiting for them to say, what the hell is that? And then I'm going to wind up saying with a doctorate in narcissistic sarcasm and a minor in assholism.
No, because then you're pushing past the point. That's the thing. You can't push it. You have to let it just flow. That's your biggest problem with having been in the Army. You don't know how to just make other people feel dumb. You always have to go through where you explain the joke to them. And when you explain the joke, it's not funny.
At least she thinks it's funny.
No. When you explain the joke,
She knows my unit.
Funny. It doesn't matter. It's still the Army. You have to play the game well. How do you think I dyed my hair blonde? My hair blonde while in the Army before they changed the policy to what it is now.
True.
And got away with it.
Or like when they tried all the transgender policies and I didn't cut my hair.
Yeah,
I did shave my face, but I didn't cut my hair. And I said I felt like a woman and went into the women's bathroom.
And as a caring person, I say that you should not abuse the rights and privileges of the transgender community.
True. I shouldn't have done that. But at the same time, I got to admit, they had cleaner stalls.
The one time I had to use the bathroom, and this one customer, they literally have 2 bathrooms, right? And they're solo, one person in total, lock the door bathroom, right? I had to pee, and I had to pee bad, and oh my god, so some dude's in there. It's like it's been 10 minutes. I need to piss, and I need to get out of here right now. Fuck it. Nobody's in there. Walked in there, locked the door, pissed, left it cleaner than I fucking walked into it, and leave. Wipe down your sink on your way out, Like
Yeah.
Literally, I do that at every customer. I hate fucking water all over the edge of the sink. So I do that, and the lady starts freaking the hell out. Like, oh, you can't. I said, I'm sorry. I self-identify as someone who has to piss.
There you go.
That
works.
One worked well.
That did work well.
Well, yeah, because I didn't give a fuck. It's already done. What's she gonna do? Call my company? I'm gonna be like, okay,
Bathroom emergency. They can't say anything.
Restroom, and I didn't pee all over the floor. I'm sorry. 10 years ago, nobody gave a fuck what bathroom you walked into. If you literally go, I'm about to crap my pants, I need to run into a bathroom. They're gonna be like, sold. I'll stand here, and some little old lady would be like, I'll stand and watch guard for you. And you'd be like, thanks, Grandma. And, it's just like, people took care of each other. And you're also like, I don't need a guard. I just need you to go away.
Exactly.
I don't understand this. There was never a bathroom law until the one state, what was it? South Carolina, Georgia, whatever it was. Georgia?
I don't know. It was one of them.
It was what, 2016, 2017. But anyways, they're passing that bill because one city said we're going to pass a ban. And the state goes, we can't have one city in our entire state have this thing. We have to vote on it. It has to be done as a state. And then it becomes a federal issue, and it just blew way out of proportion. But before that, we didn't need laws on the bathroom. Just because there's a sign didn't mean it was a law.
And you could actually go back to a show from the 90s where they only had like one restroom for, it was a unisex bathroom.
Right.
Literally. On a show.
Okay. I learned here recently, speaking of bathrooms, that when you go into the Pentagon, there's actually like multiple men's bathrooms and women's bathrooms, like side by side.
Huh.
Like there's an abnormal amount of bathroom space there. But then I found out why. When they built it, segregation was still a thing, but the secretary or who was it, the vice president, whatever person came in, it was like, oh hell no, no, we're not having that here. I think it was like the secretary of the or the chief of state or Department of War, whoever it fucking was, who's the top dog, was like, no, we're not doing that here. So that it was designed and built that way, but they had to remove all the segregation signs. That's why the Pentagon has bathrooms side by side. No, you froze.
No, I didn't freeze. I was trying to get my deck done.
No, it showed a blur. It was still blurred. Like the movement blur, like locked across the screen. So no, it was a freeze. But yeah, that's apparently why the Pentagon has the bathroom set up the way it does.
Oh shit! There's the first yawn. Oh no, not good. Sorry.
No, it's fine. So, but I mean, did you learn something interesting?
Yeah, actually, I didn't realize that with the Pentagon.
Yeah, and the fact that it got put a stop to before it could even be a thing.
Yeah, before they actually opened the building.
And people complain about the military having issues.
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue is I do not disagree. I do not disagree with the concept of women being able to wear ponytails now, because I've never understood how you have a high bun under a helmet.
Oh, I know. I mean, that's like torturous.
At the same time, there should be a limit to like the length of the ponytail too, because if it's coming up to that helmet in a combat zone and dangling down to your back, that like the center of your back, that might be a little too long.
I would like to see them loosen up in one way, though, and allow goatees, because in no way, shape, or form does a goatee prevent a pro mask from fitting properly. The length of it could, yes, but one similar to yours is not going to prevent the pro mask from working properly.
My thing is, I don't think it really matters if it's goatee or beard, but my other thing is it really that big of a fucking deal?
Well, I mean, literally, I understand the philosophy of, okay, the pro mask may not seal the right way around the face. I get it. So why can't I at least have a goatee? Because this part here is not touching anything around the seal.
It's a level of uniformity. Some people can't grow decent beards. Just like you get made fun of to no end if you grow a mustache.
Yeah. Yeah. When we did the mustache mania stuff, yeah. My mustaches looked like something out of a Charlie Chaplin cartoon or skit.
Yeah, but Charlie Chaplin wore that mustache when it was still appropriate to have that mustache.
Yeah, there's no going around it. If I go ahead and trim up, I look like Charlie Chaplin.
No, you gotta just trim here. You just trim out straight over and get everything else.
Yeah,
down.
but it technically has to be straight with the lip too, up and down.
Yeah, you just trim that very edge. You just gotta get it close. It doesn't have to be straight up and down. It's just got to be level with the edge of the mouth, because they don't want it coming down or out past that. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So it's not straight up and down. This is the line that you have. Like you've got two T's. It's simple. You should do the mustache thing.
Oh God. Well, we are going into March.
You should do the mustache starting like tonight.
We are going into March.
No, you should do the mustache like tonight. Shave down to just the mustache.
I'm not going to do it tonight.
No. I said tonight. You agreed to the mustache. Why not tonight?
Not tonight. I have that service. I have that service to go to tomorrow.
Okay, fair enough. I was gonna say why, because your wife would have the same opinion as mine, and that's get the fuck out of my house.
I don't know.
Hi, Somebody just rolled off the couch and now they're awake. And they went back to sleep.
Uh-oh.
Climbed right up on their own, too.
Bad dad.
No, I got close. Shit, there just was no stopping it because it was one of those like.
It was one of those you just slow it down.
No, it was like an animated fall, or like you're like, are you actually falling or are you faking this? But she's completely asleep as it's happening. So, but no,
it was one of those you just slowed it down to break the fall.
Yeah, I am completely banned from mustaches. Apparently, it looks atrocious. I'm not allowed a soul patch either.
Really?
Yeah, it did look pretty bad. I did one that was like the width of my finger. Like like when I was being a smart ass because I was shaving, and it's just like, what about this? What about this? I really wish that I had the option to have had just a soul patch without the mustache, but it was a one or the other shaving job. There was just no way around it. I had to make a choice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've got pictures of it with my wife laughing her ass off because I'm trying to kiss her, and she was not having it.
She couldn't take you seriously enough to go.
It was pretty bad. I have to admit, it was pretty bad because I needed a haircut at the same time. It was real thick and shaggy with the freaking mustache.
Wow.
I walked in. I was like, Ma'am, do you realize how fast you were going? And then I realized, oh no, she was already out the door.
Oh my!
I couldn't.
She was already out the door in the car and had it started in a gear before you realized
she was out the driveway. I mean, it just she was gone. Left me with the kid and was gone. Mommy went get a pack of smokes till Daddy's mustache was gone. She wasn't coming back.
Wow.
Now, granted, that's absolute humor because my wife's never smoked in her life, so we will throw that one out there. But yeah, no, it was pretty bad. I have to admit, it was pretty bad. I cannot undo that one. It was pretty horrible. You know what else? While we're on it, really pisses me off. Right? It's not just, and this is the pisses Zac off section today. Right? Because we started late, so it is what it is, and a day early. So whatever. Nobody's watching. It's fine.
Late, day early, and after work for both of us.
Right, but my biggest what pisses me off a lot, the people who just like, I think I started to address it last show, when you have to be the one to get a hold of other people, that it's never a two-way street.
I get that.
And you know what the funniest thing is? Those people always are like, well, I get a hold of you all the time.
Oh, I didn't tell you. She got a hold of me the other day.
Oh, she wanted what? See if you change your mind?
I didn't answer.
So yeah, and then if you disappear for like 3 months, because you got mad because somebody's answer was, sorry, we can't make it to your baby shower because scheduling conflicts of pre-existing requirements, and then you just stop talking, you're probably not getting an instant response. But that's besides the point. Like, It wasn't hey, we won't send anything. It was, hey, we can't be there.
Or it's one of those where you know what? I'm not even going to go into that on my personal side. Never mind. We'll leave it alone.
Well, no, like for that baby shower, the drive time, because we have church. Doesn't matter where we go, even up there. The drive time and church, we would be late. Even if I drove up there, went to church up there, and then went to this thing, it would be too late.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to change my entire schedule, which does not work for me to do a Saturday night. I'm supposed to do that just for your baby shower and screw up the rest of my Saturday schedule? Sorry, lady. I got freaking money to make on a web show. And I'm not going to make any money until have consistency.
Consistency and advertisers.
Yeah. So, by the way, are you advertising for me?
I will be.
$10.
Bucks.
No, I meant put your own advertisement up and pay me $10.
Take it out of my check.
I already did.
There you go.
No. That was your reserving fee. Now we need the $10 and cash only. Sorry, I can't take it.
Yeah, the bank didn't show my deposit today, so I assume you already took it back.
Yeah, non-refundable.
You didn't like my answer? Talk to your brother-in-law.
Oh, me? Oh, right. Yeah, I know. I do know somebody who owns a gym, and for oh God, I spilled freaking all over the place. I missed the computer somehow. Thank God when I went to
How
try
the
to
hell? No, now that's alcohol abuse right
no,
there.
I went to try to catch a child.
Alcohol abuse.
Well, yeah, it's better than child abuse.
Well, true, but still alcohol abuse.
You know, I've never played that game. Like the people who want to like smash your fucking the top of your beer to make it foam out because you're supposed to chug it. I just let it foam out.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying for you to chug either right now. I'm just calling it as alcohol abuse.
No. I'm just saying that in conversation, I will not chug a beer because somebody tried to force me to do it by slamming the top of a beer bottle.
My shoulders hurt so bad.
I've had
I don't even know why.
probably at least 24 people do it to me, so, like different people. But yeah,
I think I did it to you once, and I just looked at you, and I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, that's not gonna work. I do not chug beer.
Yeah, I was like, "Okay, that's fine."
Yeah, just like I won't do a beer bong either. I tried.
That was actually a day that we were messing around with it. I think that was the day we actually found out the Impala was a 4-door originally.
I have no idea. Were we drinking when we shouldn't have been drinking?
No, we weren't drinking heavily, but we just had like 1 or 2 beers.
No, in a place that we shouldn't have been drinking.
Should we not have been?
I don't know. Were we?
That was the time I actually had her with me as a DD.
Oh, I don't even remember it then.
She came over that once or twice.
I only remember you coming to my house once.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I was over there like at least 3 times.
Were you?
Yeah.
No. Good for you.
Like when you first got the Impala, and then when you started tearing it down the first time, you started tearing it down, and then realizing that it was actually a 4-door prior.
Yeah, well, okay, good, awesome, good for you, man. Because I only remember you coming over once.
Oh, it's all right. Those were rough times, anyhow. Period for everybody.
Brain damage. It's not my fault.
Maybe that's why we're still friends.
Because I don't remember half the times you were around. Yeah, that might be.
That's fucked up, but it's funny.
I
like it. I'm good with it. It's all right.
Right?
So, I'm not upset.
Yeah, as much as I hate doing it to people, we are not hitting a 2-hour show today because I've actually got to get my son around for bed because I've got to do. He's got medicine that I've got to do. So I gotta. Realistically, it's wonderful. Instead of like pre-doing these things, like you have to actually like water dissolve these pills, but it can't be crushed up. So you're sitting there. I end up using hot water to do it because it'll cool down with time, and I'll sit there and I'll shake the stupid thing in hot water while it tries to dissolve this pill down. And by the time I'm done, it's cool.
Nice.
But it's like, pills are not made to dissolve in water.
No, not unless they're like a liquid gel.
No, yeah. And these have that coating on the outside of it. Similar to like Seroquel.
Wonderful.
Which I do not recommend you taking Seroquel and putting it in chewing tobacco and dipping it in a combat zone. You'll be real relaxed, though, and you'll do really great at your job. And people won't steal your dip like your lieutenants. In fact, I was never fond of chewing tobacco anyways. There was just certain elements that you didn't have a choice. And it kept you the fuck awake. But yeah, that was, I did that once. I would not recommend it. It was the best firefight of my life, but I would not recommend doing it on a regular basis. It is not designed for that.
Wow.
You've never heard that story?
No.
Oh, really? Okay, so my lieutenant, his wife didn't know he dipped. So he only got whatever dip his dad would care to send to him. So he had like logs of like he'd like get a log like a month or something like that. But he would dip like crazy. I don't know. He got enough, but he dipped like crazy, and he dipped Copenhagen wintergreen. But so he'd always be coming up and like, hey, Jaggers, can I get a pinch off you? And eventually you're just like, dude, you need to get your own shit. We're at a camp in the middle of nowhere, and everything comes by mail. Like, there's no going out and buying
And
shit.
sometimes it's 6 weeks until you get it.
Yeah, and you're like, it's one thing when you're bumming cigarettes off people, but it's just like, what the hell? And, I finally got fucking sick of it. So I was like, I wonder if this will be fun. And I did that. And who would have guessed first firefighter, the brigade? And I'm dipping Seroquel fucking laced Copenhagen straight fucking long cut.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very
don't
memorable.
recommend doing that.
Huh?
I said I really don't recommend doing that.
Yeah.
It would not be a good idea.
Another one of those moments where it's like, how am I still here?
It's another one of those moments where it's like, no, because he looked at me and he goes, Specialist Jaggers, is that an appropriate way to be taken? Is that appropriate? I said, well, sir, it says take it orally. I said, the only difference is, literally, this is my prescription medication, and it's crushed up and slowly diluted into this chewing tobacco. It's an anxiety medication. What better way would it be? Because I'm not getting all of that dosage at once, because you can only take so much a day. Like, out of all realism, because you can only take so much in a day, right?
Yeah.
So if you've got that powder mixed through there, you're getting a little here, a little there. So realistically, you're not getting that slow dissolve over like an hour, the hour it takes to break down in your stomach or whatever. But you're actually like able to. So there during that whole spread of time, I'm able to do,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's calling him an asshole.
Oh, nice. But so it's just realistically, I just prolonged the ability to have a minor effect off of it, really. I mean, it wasn't a high dosage of it, anyways. But yeah. He's like, "Is that an appropriate way to be?" I was like, "It says to take orally, sir," and I forewarned you that it's in there. Like, I don't think you want any of this dip, sir. Well, why not? Well, because my Seroquel's in it.
There you go.
I just straight up told him. It's like, what are you going to do about it, dude? Like, I'm not doing anything illegal.
Yeah.
I'm not breaking any general orders. I'm not literally doing nothing wrong.
It's my own shit, What can he do?
Yeah. Yep. I only ever did it once.
Yeah, after the firefight, I'm sure you're like, nope, this ain't happening again.
Oh, no. I mean, it was, like I said, the best firefight of my life. I was like, okay, we're getting shot at. Let's do this. I was just like, literally like, okay. I felt no anxiety whatsoever from that firefight for the strangest reason.
Yeah.
I had no idea why. I was just like, okay, let's go. But the lieutenant, first firefight of his career, right? Brand new second lieutenant, right? Pulled the trigger without me kicking him in the back of the Kevlar. So,
Good job.
That's what I was thinking. He hit like 50 feet in front of us, and it like off the dirt, but he at least pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
Which is more than I can say about a lot of them. More than I can say about a lot of them. But, so, my drink's gone. Yours is almost gone, I'm sure.
Yes.
So, on the note of why drugs are bad, Oh, hold on. Apparently, my wife said, "Continue the show. The show must go on."
And we've both beaten ourselves up royally in the trucks today.
But no. Out of all seriousness, drugs are bad. Take your prescription medication appropriately.
Yes, we know you're
And as directed.
Yes, and as directed. We've all done stupid things as kids, but at least don't break laws. And
Don't run out of your prescription medications.
Yeah, right. Is it speeding if there's no cops around? Well, yes,
That's
it
kinda
is.
like
There's a sign that
different
says
falls
your
of the forest.
speed. There's a sign that says your speed, and a sign telling you how fast you're going. If you're speeding, you know it.
As long as it's not Maryland, no, because the ones in Maryland have a camera.
Well, see, there you go. We have signs that say speed limit enforced by aircraft. So,
What's really funny with that one, speed limit enforced by aircraft, it used to be the law here in PA that the officer that clocked you had to be the one that gave you the ticket. I actually know somebody who was clocked by a helicopter, and the helicopter landed on the interstate to give him the ticket.
yeah, that ticket got really expensive really quick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was a smart ass and threw that back at him. But I mean, that was a truck driver from back in the day.
Right. But everybody, like this video, hit the subscribe button. We're not popular enough to have a join button, so help us get there. Share us with your friends, even if you don't hit the like button or the notification bell. Share us with friends you think might enjoy us. This is definitely different than some of the others. I think we hit some very serious points with some slight humor. Take it for what it is. We're never going to be a one subject show. I guess my best advice for life is don't be a Nick.
I was going to say there's one piece of advice we're going to give out every show. Don't be a Nick.
Unless your name is Nick, in which case then
you can't help it because your parents hated you.
No, I was going to say then go by Nicholas or go by or go legally change your name.
Yeah, I mean, you can't help it if your parents hated you and named you Nick.
Yeah, it's true. That's why even Santa Claus.
That's like naming a boy Sally.
Yeah, even Santa Claus won't go by Nick. And he gives people toys. Hell, even the Easter Bunny.
Do you ever think that Saint Nick, old Santa Claus, could be just a voyeur?
No. No.
That's wrong. That's beer talking on that one.
I'm absolutely sure Santa Claus is real because that's the only reason God would punish me with you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm your best enemy.
Yeah, and I mean, if we want to go into the history, I mean,
the real history is pretty cool.
Yeah. A guy who literally secretly did it to stop a dad from having to pretty much sell his daughters into prostitution.
Yeah, I mean, the actual history of it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's why I addressed it earlier, talking about shows the unbelievable stories of some of the saints. How often are you going to find somebody who just freely gives away all their wealth?
Yeah.
While they're still alive, unlike Bill Gates, who at least I've got the same medical degree he's got, but he's got it set up that most of his wealth goes to charity upon his death, not while he's alive.
And I'm sure Musk is set up kind of the same way too.
No, if I remember right, Elon Musk was like, "Fuck that." Yeah, if I remember right, there's one of them. It's either Musk or Bezos, and I think it's Musk because I know Zuckerberg signed on to that same group where they made the pledge to donate all their wealth, minus just enough to let their kids get by wealthily. Then I'm pretty sure Musk was like, no. Elon Musk isn't your true liberal nut job billionaire. I mean, he's a little more of a just true philanthropist. No, he's not even really a philanthropist. He's like truly.
It's my money. I'll do what I want with it. Period.
Well, not just that, but it's also one of those like he strives like apolitically for what he sees as the betterment of humankind and the extension of the human race, not necessarily like the liberal far left side or the far right side, but literally like, well, eventually AI is going to be here, so why not? And eventually, we're going to go to Mars, so I might as well put my money into it. And nobody else is doing it right, so fuck you, I'll do it right.
Yeah, and I mean, like, literally, when he was announced as the world's richest single person, he wound up, his assistant came in and wound up telling him, and he's like, oh, cool. And then somebody asked him, how's that make you feel? Well, it makes me want to get back to work.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody so nonchalantly that's like, oh, I'm number one. Okay, let me get back to work. It's like, what the hell?
And his war with is it Facebook he was at war with or whatever? Like fucking it's interesting. Like he is literally like the one guy that if we had to pick, if we could just pick somebody to be president, like not election wise, where they have to run for it, but you just go, which dumb motherfucker are we going to make do this? Elon Musk could be the person.
Oh yeah, because he's going to look at everything and analyze it so damn far that whatever he picks is going to be the best option.
And he's going to do it quicker than anybody else.
Oh yeah.
That dude literally doesn't understand his brain not shutting down. Like I watched the Joe Rogan freaking interview with him, and he's just like, so how do you do all these things together at the same time? Like where he's like, I don't understand your question. He's like, yeah, what do you mean? I just think it and we do it. It's like, but where do you find the time? He's like, what? It's just like, what the fuck is wrong? And like he stops and he thinks before.
It's like literally, he's programmed the direct opposite of anybody else. Where it's like, everybody's like, where do you find the time? And he's like, you have the same amount of time I do. Why the fuck didn't you do this?
Yeah. I mean, he's willing to hire people to work for him without degrees because they might have experience or or the drive to do it.
And the ambition. Yep. The drive and the ambition and the dream.
Yeah.
And that stupid idea, if it works, is not stupid. It's just like rigging things up around your house. If it works, it's not dumb.
Well.
If it works, it's not stupid.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true. It has to stay working.
Well, exactly, and
when I bypass the fuse box with a penny, it works. When the whole house catches on fire because of it, was it stupid?
See, you're throwing a scenario like that, and what I bet is if it works permanently, it's not stupid.
Yeah, it permanently worked for that house. For the full length of the life of that house, it worked.
Oh, my.
And on that note,
we actually made it to almost the hour and a half mark. You know what? Right. You made me wait until the 2.5 hour mark. I'm going to make you wait a minute, 25 seconds longer.
There's really not even waiting. It literally takes that long to close the show. You're going to push us over the time. Because,
okay.
Stop and think. It takes about 2 minutes to close out the show, right? Because it's, hey, this has been the Zac Yak Pac on the Jaggers Juxtaplooza. I'm Zach. You can follow me at the Instagram MP_Jags. You can follow the whole show on the Facebook, and you can email us at thejaggersjuxtaplooza@gmail.com. Or we also have our co-host here who stupidly still has no way for anybody to follow him other than watching this channel. So if you want to see more of him, I guess watch this channel. If you don't have to follow him anywhere because he doesn't exist.
There will be a Facebook page coming that will be completely unfiltered.
Well, within Facebook guidelines.
Yes. But on my ad, my personal account, unfiltered, uncensored, unless Facebook decides that something I do is against their standards.
And your purpose explaining that way, why not just I'll have a Facebook for people to follow me on that's not my personal private account? Wouldn't that have made more sense?
Well, it's more like the real me instead of the me that I portray to the rest of the world.
You're coming out of the closet. Well, okay, come episode 3, the other Zac comes out of the closet for everybody to show you the real flamboyant rainbow him. You guys,
well played, sir. Well played. Yeah. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah. You guys have a good rest of your day, and this has been, the Jaggers Juxtaplooza channel.
Zac Yak Pac.